Well, finally finished Lego Man's home. It took me forever. Um, I kind of took this job on in the middle of winter last year. Wasn't something I normally do. Normally, I shut everything down in the winter time, but I got a new job, and this is my new boss, and uh, he wanted this case done for his wife, and I missed deadline after deadline after deadline on this one. Uh, but I'm finally finished. I'm going to be more than happy to get it out of my shop. I got some other projects that I need to do. Um, Pretty much a lot of cutting and small work. What took the most time was I had to hand sand everything. And those of you who do a lot of woodworking know that sanding stinks as it is, and hand sanding's even worse. Uh, what I did was, she's got a bunch of, I don't know, well, Lego guys. She wanted a place to display them all. It's got little, I don't know what you want to call it, stands or whatever that they stick on. So the dimensions are based on how deep those stands are for these Lego men or characters, I guess, lack of a better term. Um, so this is how she ended up. Um, Mostly walnut. I integrated some hickory handles. Um, I just didn't like the way it came together when I first put it together, and there was no way to really open it up. So I integrated this hickory handles. I also have hickory reinforcements on the corners to, I guess, reinforce the miter joints on the doors themselves. The other part, he found this plexiglass. Normally I don't like working with plexiglass. It scratches, it doesn't clean up really well, and this is apparent. So I don't know how long the plexiglass has been sitting around, but it's a little scratched and it's not very clean. I'm going to try to clean it up tomorrow before I deliver it, uh, and hopefully it just works. Normally I like to put glass in there. Cut some glass up. It works really nice. It's durable. It's easy to clean. It doesn't scratch as easy. But this works out good. It came out nice. I think she'll enjoy it. If not, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to just give it to him because I missed every deadline there was. I mean, I know that's not a good business practice, but I guess sometimes you lose them, sometimes you win them, and this was definitely an L for me. It took me forever. I lacked the motivation because I had to come in and sand every day, and just day after day, and it's all hand sanding. All the little corners and crevices. It's hard to finish. I'm not sure I'll take on another one of these. A big carcass is one thing, but this little bitty shelf, it was tough. It was a challenge. I'm glad to put it by me. I'm going to move on to some other things. I got a couple tables that I got in mind. One I got started on actually. I need another round of epoxy on it. I got that one started. I need to get that finished. I had a couple more cornhole boards to finish up. Uh, Other than that, I'm going to start getting busy, start getting active again. It's summertime. I got this headache out of my way, and we're going to do some more projects together. Thanks. Hope you enjoy the video.
We're beginning the milling process. I ordered these pieces of walnut. They already came pre-milled. Uh, Both sides were flat. It had some square edges. It was just different. I ordered it from a different company, and it took forever to get the stuff. With the price of wood, I thought I was saving a little bit of money, but I wish I would have went to my local hardwood dealer and just did it the way I normally do. The time wasted not having the material to start working really cost me on that one. I'm cutting all these down to roughly 2.5 inches. It's not my final dimension yet, but I got to get this in some sort of shape so I can start gluing this together and start getting the dados put in for all the shelves. I'm going to speed this along as much as I can during this video. It's ended up being really long, and it was recorded over several months, so I'm going to speed some things up. But you can see I'm ripping through these, getting as much out of the material as I can.
after hours and hours of hand sanding, I think I'm getting really close. Uh, all the small parts on this thing is really, I mean, days turned into months, and I'm still sanding away at this thing. I could have taken extra precautions, I think, to maybe cover up some of the joints where the glue was coming out. I just was worried about trying to get the tape back out of there after it dried. I tried putting it on the, I don't know, the far side of the joint, so everything would squeeze out on the back side, so it'd be easier to sand. It just didn't work out that way. Every shelf, every joint in here, the glue leaked out, and of course on the inside, and it's made it tough on me to do all the sanding. I've been, trying to chisel out the corners, sand everything I could to get that glue out of there before I could finish this thing. Pretty close. I got several hours of sanding to do yet, but I think we're getting close, and the next stage will be putting a finish on this and wrapping this baby up. Thank goodness. This has really been a tough one for me to get done. So I get this done, get it out of here, and I'm going to move on to something I want to do. So here we go. I'm going to keep sanding.
I decided to add some handles onto this thing. There was really no good way to open the doors up on this thing. So I come up with some hickory. I added to the end of it. It gives it a nice look. So here I'm trying to shape those handles. This took a little bit of extra time, but I think it was well worth it. Gave a little handheld for you to open the display case, and it looks really nice too. So sanding and finishing. I'm going to try to get the rest of this handle done. I had to do a little bit of chisel work to get the corners just right. I tried keeping my chisel as sharp as I possibly could. That's why the little piece of sandpaper is there. I don't do too much chisel work, so I don't have any sharpening station or anything like that. I do have some stones that I use, but usually as I'm running along and using them, I try to keep it sanded. That's another part of this whole thing was how awkward this whole thing was. I couldn't use my power sander for most of the stuff, so I had to do a lot of hand sanding. I was just really glad that this thing was just over with. A little bit here we'll be seeing the finish getting applied.